Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Enchanted Escape Pod. This is episode 3. I'm Vanessa, and I am here with my incredible husband, Lucas.
Hi everyone. Today we're going to be talking on what you do at Disney outside of being inside the parks. And, there's a lot to talk about when, on this whole complex of Disney World.
Yeah, Walt Disney World is so much more than the 4 theme parks. They have a million things to do at all of the resorts and spaces that are still in the bubble but outside the parks. So you absolutely don't have to buy a park ticket to have an awesome day in the Disney bubble. So we're going to talk all about that. But first, we do have some news that's come out in the last week that we want to chat with you all about. So let's do our news roundup, shall we?
Let's do this.
So lots of holiday news coming out in the last week. Big things dropped about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and Jollywood Nights, both making returns for this season. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is at Magic Kingdom. That's going to be from November 7th to December 21st on select nights. We have done this. Did we do it twice?
We did the party twice.
Yeah,
yes.
We've done Mickey's Very Merry the last 2 years in a row. And it is an awesome magical night.
It is a magical night. It is like, probably one of my favorite nights to be inside Disney, especially because the party is inside Magic Kingdom, so that makes the whole thing much better.
Yeah, you have like the traditional magic of Magic Kingdom and paired with the magic of the holidays. It's like magic on magic in Magic Kingdom. It really is the most...
It's magical.
Yeah.
And like on that party, we have like, of course, a holiday fireworks show. We have the Christmas time parade. How is it the official
with Santa.
name? The official name for it?
It is the Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade.
Yeah, so this parade is very cool. And also, of course, you can just get like free cookies and hot cocoa and like apple cider and whatever.
By the end of the night, when we went last year, we ate so many different kinds of cookies. They have like chocolate chip cookies, they have ginger snap cookies, they have sugar cookies. Of course, we had to try them all. And then most of them come with hot chocolate. A couple spots do hot apple cider. But yeah, my stomach was in pain by the end of the night. It was
sugar. A lot of cookies, a lot of hot chocolates. But, it's included on the fun, so...
Yeah, hey, we paid for those tickets, so we're going to eat all those cookies. In addition to the special Christmas fireworks and Christmas parade, there's also some additional stage shows that happen in front of the castle. And there's holiday overlays. What do they do overlays on? So Space Mountain, I know.
Space Mountain, Jungle Cruise. That is called Jingle
Cruise, yeah. Jingle Cruise you can catch at any point during the holiday season, though, right?
Jingle Cruise is available after Halloween at some point. I don't think it's exactly after Halloween, but
yeah, But the overlay that happens in Space Mountain, though, that's something that you can only experience if you're going to the parties. So for that, there's like green and red Christmas lights happening, and there's like rock and roll vibe Christmas tunes happening. It's really cool. It's just different experience for Space Mountain. Kind of like when they do the all dark Space Mountain for Halloween too. So super fun.
Also at Monsters Inc. left floor, they do also have like a Christmas overlay where they do only like holiday jokes and stuff.
Oh, I don't think we've ever done that.
We've never will.
Yeah, Lucas does not like the laugh floor. I always mention wanting to do it, and he... Yeah, no, you have a serious problem with Mike and Sully or something.
No. I love Monsters, Inc. and I like the jokes. I think they're funny and stuff, but I never want to be that guy that they put on camera and have to like get up and dance. I'm just like, because I feel like once you're there...
Overwhelming social anxiety prevents Lucas from being able...
I feel like once you're there, if they ask you to do... They put you on camera and they say like, get up and dance. You have to do it because...
You can't be like
you can't
the guy
be
that
annoying.
Doesn't do it. Yeah.
So I'm just avoiding that. So you go, you tell me how the jokes were,
Well, looks like I'm doing laugh floor all alone.
But also a very good, nice thing about the Christmas party, it's the meet and greets. So you have a lot of different characters that would just be meeting on their Christmas outfits. The popular ones is Jack and Sally.
Guys, the wait for Jack and Sally, we considered meeting Jack and Sally because I love Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's long.
Is a Christmas party Jack and Sally or only Jack on their Christmas outfit.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Halloween party as Jack and Sally. So Christmas is just Jack Skellington
as Sandy Claus, whatever.
Oh, interesting.
So, but you can meet like Jack Skellington with his Christmas outfit. You can meet Santa Claus. You can meet Mickey Minnie's, of course, and also on their Christmas outfits. But I would say that probably the most cute one is Stitch. I don't think he wears
dressed as Santa.
No, is he dressed as Santa or as Elvis? Isn't it Elvis?
Oh, I don't know. I think Elvis is Halloween. Isn't he dressed as Santa?
I don't know. I just know that
he's
Stitch
in a
is
cute
always
outfit,
very
guys.
cute. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh and his friends are also.
Oh, we
very
saw
cute.
them walking through the park last year wearing little holiday sweaters. They're adorable.
So yeah, the dates for the party they're gonna start on November 7th to December 21st. It's not every night. It's only on select nights. So
tickets go on sale today, actually. So if you're going to be staying at a Walt Disney World resort during that time, you can purchase tickets today, July 16th. General public, it's going to open up on July 22nd.
Yeah, so I would definitely say if you're interested in going on this party, just buy your ticket because tickets go very fast, especially nearby the Christmas week. And, it's an opportunity that if you're down there during this time, just, of course, go because it's so worth it.
Also, if Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party seems like it's maybe not your jam, there is also Jollywood Nights that is returning to Hollywood Studios. And we did do this for the first time last year, actually, and it was amazing. The shows and the entertainment for Jollywood Nights, I think, edge out Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. They do an ice skating show in Florida outside.
Yeah, it's kind
magic.
of mind blowing on how they actually kept this ice like frozen solid for the whole time.
Yeah, and it's just really cool. Like the ice skaters are like Olympic level ice skaters. They were awesome. There's also a holiday special show with Kermit and Miss Piggy that happens at the Beauty and the Beast Theater.
The Theater of the Stars.
Theater of the Stars.
That's actually a very fun and cute show.
Yeah. That was really fun to watch. There's a Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along that happens in the theater where the Frozen
that was very
sing-along
cool.
happens.
Like they use the same theater as Frozen, and I would say just make that permanent because it was very cool. I love the Frozen sing-along, but that was very nice.
Yeah, it was really cool to see something different in that space. They also do, of course, a ton of fun food and cocktails. The whole theming of Jollywood Nights is very like jazz era 1920s vibes, and they really hit it out of the park.
Yeah, I do feel like Jollywood is an event made for adults. So, you know, like the Christmas party at the Magic Kingdom, it is made for families. So like small kids and stuff. I feel like Jollywood, it was definitely made for like adult only. You know, of course, if you bring your kid, they're going to have fun. But, you know, it's a more like fancy, jazzy kind of a thing.
Yeah, the entertainment is more like singing and dance based as opposed to character based. Although there's obviously characters.
They put up like a small stage behind the Tower of Terror where like they have like this
what was that called? The Tip Top Club, right?
The Tip Top Club. Yeah, they have this really amazing jazz band playing the whole night, and like the singer is kind of wearing like a
flapper dress,
almost like a Cruella kind of a outfit, and it was very cool. So everybody's just like walking around Hollywood Studios, like drinking champagnes and stuff.
There's a lot of champagne everywhere.
So yeah, it's a lot of drinks, you know, but like it's a cool party, you know. And of course, if you're like us and you like going on the attractions, everything is going to be like a walk on.
Yeah,
like,
we went on Tower multiple times in a row.
Yeah, we went on Tower a lot. We went on like pretty much every like Slinky, Rise, Mickey Minnie's. So, you know.
They do also do all around Echo Lake. Is that what the lake in the middle of Hollywood Studios? Echo Lake.
Yeah.
All around Echo Lake throughout that night, they have a bunch of character meet and greets that are really unique character meet and greets. And it's awesome because they really concentrate them all right around that central hub there around the lake. So you can just do a little lap around there. There are lines that build up for the character meet and greets. They do Phineas and Ferb, Powerline Max. There's Mickey and Friends in these like fun vintage Hollywood outfits. Edna Mode is a popular one too, and Frozone from Incredibles. And of course, Santa Stitch makes an appearance here too.
Yeah, Stitch is always a star. So, but Jollywood's like, it's a great event, very fun. We'd definitely do it again.
And tickets for Jollywood also go on sale today too for resort guests, and on the 22nd for non-resort guests. So get your tickets.
Okay, for the next part of the news, this promos came out last week, a few days ago, offering like discounts for rooms.
Yeah, Disney's doing a holiday promo for resort discounts and for like dining and shopping credits. So from October 12th to December 25th, you can get up to 20% off rooms, and you can also get a shopping and dining promo cards, basically like a gift card that you can use during your trip. So those vary depending on what tier of resort you're staying at. So if you're staying at a value, it's $50, moderate to $75, deluxe is $100. It's worth mentioning that those promo cards are only good for packages that include tickets. I think it has to be at least 4 days of tickets. And also some of those 20% off room discounts are only good like Sunday through Thursday. They exclude Fridays and Saturdays for some of that time. So there's a lot of, small print involved in this promo. So, but if you reach out to me, I can help you plan your trip and help you get a discount.
They're like very nice rooms on like good prices over there. So like, some of them are going fast. So
yeah, if you want to take advantage of this and travel during the holidays, definitely do it soon.
Vanessa right now.
Yeah. Immediately. Don't wait. Okay, also another strange piece of news is that It's a Small World is apparently getting a final verse in both Disney World and Disneyland. I have always been under the impression that the only verse of It's a Small World was It's a Small World after all. But there's another line, folks. So starting on July 17th, launching at both Disney World and Disneyland, this ride will have some kind of concluding verse. Is this the actual last line? The love we give makes us humankind.
Yeah, it's a whole verse, but like I feel like that's the last thing.
The last line, the love we give makes us humankind. That's beautiful.
I feel like it's a great message for humanity. I feel like they're just like kind sending this.
We need a little love for humankind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are going to be in Magic Kingdom on July 16th. But we will not be there on July 17th when it debuts. So,
but that's okay because we're going to be an Epic universe, so that's all right.
Yeah, we will be at Epic on the 17th.
And also, it's for the best because we don't have to ride It's a Small World.
Yeah, we're going to have to do it at least once to hear this final verse.
All right, but let's jump into the actual topic of the episode before it gets too late. We are going to be talking about what you do at Disney outside of the parks. So, of course, there's a lot to do. I feel like when people think about like off days, they only think about pools and that's it. Some people go to Disney and they do a bunch of laundry, so I still gotta like figure out why. But
there are laundry services in most
there
resorts.
Are a bunch of laundromats in every single resort, but we're never gonna step foot inside any of those. But do you wanna kick us in?
Yeah, so we will start by talking about some resort activities. There are so many things to do at all the different Disney World resorts. Even if you're staying off property and you want to pop in and pop through these resorts, there's a lot to do. Or if you're staying at one resort, you can pop over to others. But I think one of the most iconic things to do, or the most talked about things to do, is the monorail loop, as we call it. So this is hopping between 3 deluxe resorts around Magic Kingdom: the Grand Floridian, the Contemporary, and Polynesian Village Resort. So I think even just riding the monorail between these 3, like the transportation
riding the
between
monorail
them,
is very nice.
It's very fun.
All right, so the monorail loop, doesn't matter where you're staying in Disney, just take a bus to Magic Kingdom, and the monorail is gonna be right over there. We like to sometimes just walk over to Contemporary because it's very close. It's a short walk. It's a nice walk, if it's not like 95 degrees and burning.
Yeah, it can be nice, or it can be.
Yeah, but it is a nice walk, and it feels like it's relaxing. On this walk, I think you can see some parts of the park, so you might see the castle and stuff, the Space Mountain. But the Contemporary has a bunch of like cool things to do. They have a great gift shop. They have like Chef Mickey's.
Yeah, if you want to swing by Steakhouse 71 Lounge there, it's a lounge connected to the Steakhouse 71 restaurant. You could swing by and have a cocktail or a snack if that's your vibe.
And also it's very cool just being inside Contemporary because it was like one of the like main resorts, and it still is, of the complex. So...
And if you are doing this around the holidays, the Contemporary has an awesome gingerbread castle that they do. Do they always do Cinderella's castle, or they do different buildings each year? Last year, it was a huge Cinderella's castle. That was amazing.
I don't know if they make it
Change it
different.
up.
Yeah, but I just know it's always very cool.
Yeah, so if it is around the holidays, make sure you check out their gingerbread castle or feature in the lobby. Is so cool.
But we always just like to go to these resorts and just pop into the gift shops, because there's always different things between either resorts. There's some exclusive stuff. Vanessa is getting into the pins. So
I did start buying a couple of pins.
Yeah,
really
so that's a problem.
Nip that before it gets out of control. But anyway, then you will pop over from Contemporary over to Grand Floridian, which is one of, I think, the most stunning resorts. It's really beautiful.
It's pretty.
Really beautiful lobby there, multi-level. There is always somebody playing some type of live music in the lobby there. They frequently have someone playing like an open grand piano.
The live
really
piano
incredible.
player is very nice. You just get there, it's so relaxing, and you just watch that guy or that woman or whoever is playing for like 5-10 minutes, and it's like time just flies by.
Yeah. Also, this is another one. If you are doing this around the holidays, they do the largest gingerbread house you'll ever see. There's literal people working inside the gingerbread house, serving gingerbread and other snacks. So that is super fun to see.
Yeah, it's insane. They build the gingerbread houses and they work inside it. So it's almost like this thing on any point is just going to collapse over here. But it smells nice.
But it doesn't.
It doesn't collapse.
Also, there's the Enchanted Rose at Grand Floridian, which is their lounge space. If you wanted to, turn this into a bit of a crawl, Enchanted Rose would be where to head at Grand Floridian.
Yeah, of course, if you want to like spend some money, even outside of the parks, you can go to the Grand Floridian Spa. They have very good services over there. But
we've never experienced them, but we hear they're great.
we hear great things about it.
And then the last on this loop is going to be our favorite, Polynesian Village Resort. This is the place to go if you'd like a Dole Whip outside of Magic Kingdom. And also, this is a great place to end your loop because if you stay here until firework time, you can grab a Dole Whip on the beach of Polynesian, take a seat, and enjoy the Magic Kingdom fireworks show.
Yeah, that's definitely one of our favorites Disney resorts. It's just like very cool. Like the energy of the place is very nice. It feels like being inside a theme park.
Yeah.
The lobby is always vibing. The gift shop is very cool. They have great restaurants. Ohana is very nice. We still have to try the new restaurant, Waiulu Bar and Grill.
Oh, I've heard really good things about it, though.
At the new
heard
tower.
They have a good burger.
Yeah, I've heard they have like a very good like lunch selection. But nothing beats the vibe of just getting a Dole Whip and then like just walking around the Polynesian beach and and like just like seeing like the views and stuff.
Polynesian also has one of the coolest lounges, which is Trader Sam's. Trader Sam's is in Disney World and also at Disneyland, which is where I visited it for the first time. But this is such a cool lounge space. Outside of, obviously you can go there and get tiki cocktails. But even if you're not a drinker, they have mocktails there. And it's just the vibe. Like there are certain cocktails where when a guest orders them, things happen in the space. So there's like a volcano behind the bar that will erupt or just like different things that happen. It's really cool.
It's very, very interactive.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually also the Enchanted Rose at Grand Floridian, they also have a really cool mocktail selection. So if you are like us and don't imbibe, you can absolutely still go to the lounges in these resorts and enjoy some really cool mocktails.
Also, if you ended up staying at the Monorail resorts after nighttime, make sure that you check out the electric water pageant.
The electric water parade or pageant or whatever it is. Yeah. This happens right on the water that's in between these three resorts. They do this. There's like these floats that do a little parade in the water and they all light up It's very cool.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really know about it, and Disney doesn't really like advertise that much.
What time does that happen?
I know it's every night. I don't know exactly what time it is, but it's a very cool thing too. Like, it's
Check
just
your
fun.
My Disney Experience
just
app
fun,
for
and
showtimes.
I'm sure that like kids will like love it.
Yeah. All right, awesome. So outside of that monorail loop, you could also do a Skyliner crawl. So sticking to the resort fun with fun types of transportation, the Skyliner connects to Pop Century and Art of Animation. That's one stop together. And then Caribbean Beach and Riviera. So these are 4 resorts, 2 value level, 2, 1 moderate, and 1
And of
deluxe.
course, Yacht and Beach Club, the way at the end.
Well, it goes to Epcot, and then you can walk over to Yacht and Beach Club too. Yep. So all of these resorts offer really cool different stuff. You could do snacks and drinks at all of them. There's a ton of photo ops. So if you're walking around Pop Century and Art of Animation, there are so many themed spaces, especially Art of Animation has like a Cars area, a Lion King area, Finding Nemo, Little Mermaid. They have these huge statues and themed backdrops. It's an awesome place to walk around if you have little kids, and great places to take pictures.
Yeah, I would say I like to ride the Skyliner way more than I like to ride the monorail.
Agreed.
Especially if the cast member would like just put us on a cabin and not fit somebody else. Not that I don't like people, but it's just like a small
We don't have
privacy.
to filter the weird conversations that we have.
Yeah, it's just
alone.
like those awkward, like everybody looks at each other and just be quiet for the whole Skyliner ride. So then we were inside Epcot, and then we got like into the Skyliner, but then we are actually going to Hollywood Studios, but then we're just like, you know what? Let's just like leave a Riviera and walk around, and because over there there's some murals that Vanessa love it.
Oh, Riviera is known for these like incredible mosaic murals. They are these huge archway murals that go probably, I don't know, like 15 feet in the air and then up and around. There's one that is Rapunzel themed and one I think that's Peter Pan themed. They are beautiful. So it's totally worth popping over to Riviera just to see these murals. They're
Great
really
place
incredible.
to take a picture.
Yeah, definitely. And then we walked from Riviera over to Caribbean Beach. So we had previously eaten at Sebastian's Bistro and had, they do like a prefix over there that's very good, super affordable. But their dessert is this incredible pineapple coconut bread pudding, kind of reminiscent of like Ohana bread pudding, maybe better. Hot take?
It is the best bread pudding in property.
Other than
what?
Raglan Road.
No, Raglan Road is not like like an official Disney restaurant. So I would say like the
I thought
bread
you were going to
pudding.
say it wasn't the best one.
No, it is very good. I would say like the bread pudding from Caribbean's Beach, Sebastian's Bistro. It is the best one like that Disney makes it.
Yeah. But hot tip, if you don't want to do a full sit down meal and do, like a coursed menu, you can pop into the Banana Cabana, which is Caribbean Beach's outdoor bar lounge, and ask for a bread pudding there. It's not on the menu, so you have to ask for it, and it's not available until after Sebastian's Bistro is open, I think at 4 o'clock. So we made this mistake when we did this. We went there before 4 o'clock and asked for it. He said he couldn't give it to us until the restaurant was open. But if you can plan your Skyliner crawl to get to Caribbean Beach after 4 o'clock, do it. Get the bread pudding. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we like the Skyliner crawl. We like to do that just to like relax sometime. It's like a nice place to like just take a break. Sometimes I see some people asking if the Skyliner doesn't get like super hot because it's just like on the sun. There's no AC, but surprisingly
There's
enough,
a lot of wind.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, it's very cool. It's like not hot at all. Of course, sometimes when that thing stops in the middle of the way and then it stops moving, then it can get a little bit like warming there.
We've also been on the Skyliner during like minor hurricanes, and that was an experience.
Yeah, that
a lot
was
of wind.
fun. Yeah, that's a story for another time. But Skyliner crawl, like great thing to do if you're just trying to find something fun to do. But there's one place that you cannot get there from the Skyliner, but is worth the bus ride, and it is the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Animal Kingdom Lodge is its own mini theme park. They So if you want to see animals, but you don't want to go into Animal Kingdom and do a whole safari ride there, you can go to Animal Kingdom Lodge and walk around their walking paths. And they have all of these like safari viewing areas from different areas in the resort. We've been there multiple times. We stayed there for a couple nights last year. And you can see zebras, giraffes, all kinds of things in their viewing areas there. So it is super cool.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom Lodge also have like great restaurants. I feel like there's
Boma.
Yeah, they have one of our favorites. That's Boma. Both like dinner and breakfast. It's very good. Which one you like more?
Breakfast. Boma breakfast is just
I
unrivaled.
know those
Favorite
grilled tomatoes. It was just incredible.
And they do this like bread pudding. Can you tell I'm obsessed with bread pudding? They do this bread pudding with the breakfast that is amazing. Their carved ham with that like mustard sauce.
They have a whole carving station. Like for breakfast, they have like ham. They have what else? They have like I think they still have a steak. No,
I don't remember the steak. They also, they have a bunch of like traditional breakfast items like waffles and pancakes and baked goods and fruit. But they also do a lot of African inspired dishes. They do this thing called a baboti. That's almost like it's like an African quiche.
That thing
type
is
of
very
dish.
good.
Yeah, very good. But yeah, definitely head over there and do a Boma breakfast and then walk around the walking paths and see some safari animals.
On the other side, so like Animal Kingdom Lodge has like two sides. They have the Jumbo Village, where it's just the regular part of the resort, and there's the Kidani Village, where it's like the DVC resort. They're basically like the same thing, same idea, but so Boma, it is a Jumbo house, and at the other side, at Kidani Village, they have Sanaa. We actually never been there, but we heard that like the bread service over there is just amazing.
And that is the place where you can actually see animals out the windows there. So if you get a window seat over there, you can see animals out on Savannah while you're eating.
Yeah, and if you want to be at Animal Kingdom Lodge during the nighttime, let's say like, I want to have dinner at Boma. What else can I do over there? If you book in advance and you make sure to grab your spot, you can do a nighttime safari.
Oh yeah, we tried to do this, but it filled up very fast.
Yeah,
so we did not get a
so
spot.
basically that's what it is. Like you go on the small safari truck and they give you like nighttime goggles, and you can see all of the animals in the dark. So it should be a pretty fun experience, but make sure that you always book that in advance because it goes by very fast.
Okay, up next is going to be more animal fun, which is horseback riding at Fort Wilderness. This is another thing that we have tried to make plans to do many times, but it just hasn't worked out because our schedule's usually pretty packed when we're there. But it's definitely on the short list. You do have to reserve in advance, but I will say it doesn't sell out as quickly as something like the Nighttime Safari or some other things. So definitely still book in advance, but you can usually get these a little bit closer to your trip date. It's $65 a person, and you get to go to what is the name? The Tri-Circle D Ranch.
Yeah, something like Tri-Circle D Ranch. Yeah.
Yeah. You get to go there, meet some adorable horsies, and then go on a horse ride.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really want to do it. There was one time that we're like, okay, we're doing it this time, but then like Fort Wilderness, like that place,
they were under
refurbishment or something, and then
our luck.
They were only doing like once a week, and then that wouldn't work out for us. But some people think that might be just like lame horseback riding, but I feel like that's a nice, cool thing to do at Disney.
And it's a guided experience, so it's 45 minutes and it's guided. You go down trails, so you get to see some really cool scenic things and ride a horse.
It's a Disney horse, so that's way more magic.
Yeah, it could have been a mouse once that was then turned into a horse by a fairy godmother.
Cinderella.
Yeah. That's probably it.
That's also a fun fact because Cinderella horses, there's one of these parades. I can't remember which part it is, but Cinderella, it is over there on the carriage with her prince, and these actual horses are there. These very beautiful, large, insanely large horses, white, so pretty. Those horses are like easily like over 6 feet high. These horses, they stay at Tri-Circle Ranch, whatever.
Oh, so you can meet those horses there?
So you can meet these horses over there. Yeah.
The special Cinderella horses?
Yeah, it's a fun thing to do.
All right, more cool stuff over at Fort Wilderness. So first you can ride horses, and then you can go to an outdoor campfire and make some s'mores. So actually, more than just Fort Wilderness does this. Most Disney resorts do these nightly campfires with marshmallow roasting, that kind of stuff. And you don't have to be staying at the resort to enjoy that. So you can go to most resorts in the evening, check your, My Disney Experience app for some times, but you can make s'mores around a fire and have fun. But specifically at Fort Wilderness, they do the Chip and Dale campfire sing-along. So this is, you get to meet Chip and Dale, or, still toast marshmallows and make s'mores, but Chip and Dale are there. There's some fun campfire songs. And then they do one of those movies under the stars at the end.
Yeah, if Chip and Dale is around, it's going to be fun. They sell the s'mores kits if you want to buy over there, but you can also just bring your own marshmallows. You don't need to reserve anything. You just check the time and just show up. So it's a good thing to do, and kids love it.
Okay, so other resort activities, there are all kinds of games and activities and crafts that you can do at different Disney resorts. They do things like tie-dye parties. You can make Mickey-shaped ornaments. You can do mosaics. So these happen at all different resorts. Just check the app and see what's available at your resort or resorts around you. But these are going on, daily all over property. And then we already touched on this a little bit because of the Fort Wilderness night, but Movies Under the Stars is something that they do at a ton of resorts too. These happen nightly with large outdoor screens. They show various Disney movies, but it's a fun thing to do if you're having a rest day or hanging around at your resort and you want to watch a movie all together.
If you're not going in a park and you don't want to do any of these things that we just told you about, you can go mini golf. We've actually never done it. But
we've been mini golfing before, just not Disney style.
We've never done it at Disney, but we've seen a lot of pictures and reviews about it, and it seems very cool. The mini golf areas are so cute and very well themed.
So there's two of them. I think there's Fantasia Gardens, which is over by Swan and Dolphin in the boardwalk area. This is inspired, of course, by the Fantasia film. And then there's also Winter Summerland, which is near Blizzard Beach. And this is, of course, two 9-hole courses. One is themed to winter and one is themed to summer.
The cost is really not that high. It's only $14 per adult and $12 per kid. Don't have to reserve anything. You just walk up and play. If you're staying on a Disney property, I don't know if they're still doing this, but we've got some packages before where we got tickets and a hotel all together, and we got free mini golf entrance already included with the package. I don't know if they're still doing this, but I'm sure Vanessa will be able to tell you when she books your trip.
Okay, and then lastly for things at resorts is boat rentals. So at Contemporary, Fort Wilderness, and Caribbean Beach, they all do different types of boat rentals where you can take a boat out on one of the Disney lakes.
Yeah, so basically you can just come up on any of these resorts. They do boat rentals from Contemporary. They do a Fort Wilderness. They do a Caribbean Beach. I know that they also do Grand Floridian. So basically, you can rent kayaks and canoes of Fort Wilderness, but also Grand Floridian, you can just go over there with your driver's license, just your regular driver's license, and you can rent a boat. So it's
like a motorized boat?
Like a regular boat. You just drive the boat. Nobody goes with you, so just you and your family. It's around
dangerous.
it's around $45 to $60 per 30 minutes. But it's a very cool thing to do. You gotta say that you drove a boat at Disney. I would say that probably the most hard part of the whole experience is probably docking the boat back at the dock. But
I would not want to do this.
Yeah, but that's why we just take the regular boats from Port Orleans to Disney Springs, because we don't want to experience that. But at some point, we should do these boats.
And also, if you want to get on a boat and go fishing, that's another option too. There's several resorts that do fishing excursions too. So if you like to fish, check that out also.
Another cool thing that you can do outside of the parks on your off day or something, it is character dining. Of course, there's a lot of famous ones inside the parks, but there's very good ones and good food outside of the parks. Some of them, we have Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary that we said. You can meet Mickey, Pluto, Goofy, Donald, and Pluto. So the famous group, it's very famous. So if you're planning on coming over here, make sure that you make a reservation early. Whenever your reservation window open, you should just do it because it goes by very, very quick. And it's good food. It's just a buffet.
Yeah, another is going to be Ohana just for breakfast. Dinner at Ohana is not character dining, but Ohana breakfast, you can meet Lilo and Stitch, Mickey, Pluto. This is sort of a Hawaiian-themed breakfast with things like pineapple coconut bread, different family-style platters, just like the dinner. I will say Ohana sells out very fast, not just for character dining breakfast, but also for dinner, so definitely book right at your 60-day.
And if there's Stitch, you should definitely come on this one. But remember that if you book a dinner reservation, you're not going to have a character dining experience, only a regular dining experience. If you do want to take pictures with Lilo and Stitch and Mickey and Pluto on their Hawaiian outfits, make sure that you go over there for breakfast. Talking about breakfast, also at Beach Club, we have Cape May Cafe. You have like Minnie, Goofy, Donald, and Daisy in their beach outfits. It's also buffet style. We've never been there, but we heard like the seafood buffet is very good, and we should try at some point.
Yeah, I do definitely want to try that. I also really want to try Topolino's Terrace over at Riviera. We've talked about trying this. This is also a character breakfast, but really I want to try it not even for the breakfast, but because Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy are wearing little artist outfits. They're wearing like little smocks and little berets and adorable artist outfits, so definitely need to see that at some point.
But the dining, the character dining that we actually really want to, I actually really want to do it, and I'm trying to convince Vanessa or actually like fit in our schedule, is a storybook dining at Artist Point. That's a Wilderness Lodge. For dinner only, you meet Snow White, Dopey, Grumpy, and the Evil Queen. It's a very decorated space. It's a forest theme, so it's actually, go look at a picture of that. It's very pretty. It's a prefix menu, so it's not a buffet, but sometimes that's even a little bit better. And also, you're meeting Dopey, and also it's the only opportunity that you're gonna have on a character dining to meet a villain. So keep that in mind.
The Evil Queen is an awesome villain. Definitely want to do that. So again, all of these character dining experiences are definitely things you're going to want to book at your 60-day window, like right at your 60-day window. Of course, if you are using a travel advisor like me, I can definitely help you with that. Okay, so moving away from resorts for this next section, one of the most incredible things you can do without a park ticket is going to be to check out Disney Springs. This is always when we're doing a longer trip in Disney. We usually plan to arrive like mid-afternoon, a little earlier in the day. And the first thing we do is have a Disney Springs night to kick off our trip because it is a lot of fun.
We just love Disney Springs. It's such a good vibe. The best shopping opportunities that you're going to have at Disney. Of course, they have like the World of Disney. That is basically the largest Disney World store like across the globe.
Yeah, it is. It is the largest Disney store.
Yeah, it really
exists.
You have the Lego store. That Lego store is actually massive. You have any kind of Lego you might think of.
And also all around the Lego store, there are these massive Lego creations. There's a Fantasia Mickey that's huge. There's Anna and Elsa. There's a Star Wars one. There's a huge dragon that's literally in the water made of Legos. Yeah.
And of course, besides all of the very good shopping opportunities that you have at Disney Springs, there's very good snacks and treats spots. So our favorites, I would say, Gideon's is over there. It's not like, we don't really love it. We went there a couple times. We think their cookies are like just way too much. They're more like a cake than anything.
Also, you don't need to wait in line for cookies at Disney Springs. Just go to Summer House. Go to the cookie bar.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's been a whole year now, but recently this new spot opened at Disney Springs. It's called Summer House on the Lake. It is a pretty good spot for like a lunch or something. The food was very good. We had a couple salads over there. That was incredible.
Delicious.
But in front of the restaurant, they have this cookie bar that I will tell you, it was so good. We got some cookies over there, like not expecting.
Best cookies I've ever had in Disney. 100%.
Yeah. We got one time that was like a white chocolate coconut or something like this, and it was just incredible.
Yeah, they didn't have it last time we were there.
They didn't have last time, but just go for the classic, like the sea salt chocolate chip, and it's just so good.
We got a lemon one there too. That was really good.
I wasn't crazy about the lemon, to be honest, but the sea salt.
If you like lemon,
the sea salt chocolate chip, it was just incredible.
There is also Everglazed donuts and cold brew if you're feeling like a coffee and some donuts. There's Amorette's Patisserie for more kind of snazzy, fancy desserts and treats. And then another one of our favorites is the Ganachery, where we have a tradition where the first night of our trip, when we do our Disney Springs night, we pop into the Ganachery and get a mixed box of 16 truffles there. A lot of passion fruit, some coconut usually. What other flavors do we get? Mint,
orange.
Yeah, but that way we just keep this they're pricey for little chocolates, but they're so good. And then that way we just have this box of chocolates in our room for our whole trip.
And you can literally like see them making in front of you. It's all like made all the way in the back over there.
Yeah, they have a big window where you can stand and watch them make the chocolates.
And as Vanessa said, it's not cheap for just being like a small chocolate truffle, but it's so delicious. And they always, one thing that we also love is that like they rotate their flavors a lot. So that last time we were over there, they had like a chipotle flavor that we didn't really try it, but that was interesting. Maybe the next time.
So of course there's also all kinds of lounges and bars. So if you just wanted to pop around to different lounges, there's also some outdoor bar spaces too. So if that's your thing, there's plenty of places to grab a drink in Disney Springs.
But I would say that the best thing about Disney Springs, besides the shopping, the out of the snacks places, out of the really good dining that they have over there, is probably the entertainment. If you go over there on any night of the week, you're gonna have like live music everywhere. There's always like something going on that big stage.
There's multiple stages in Disney Springs where they have like different music acts, and
they have like sometimes they have small like street performances. They have like that piano player that just like rolls around Disney Springs. So it is very cool. If you're looking for something a little bit more intense, they have this balloon ride that sometimes we actually have like an inside joke that every time we look into that, the balloon is just down. And on the Disney app,
there was a minor wind blowing, so now the aerofile's not running.
They have to follow these strict like guidelines of like weather and everything to actually make the balloon fly. So a lot of the times, like the balloon is just not gonna be working. So don't really plan your day around that. But if you're over there and they're like just up and running, just make sure to check it out. The views up there are very nice.
And then also there are the amphicars. They're like old, like 40s style convertible cars that also go in the water. So this happens right next to the boathouse. There's like this little dock that's like it's like a ramp that goes directly into the water. So you will have a driver with you. You can't just take the car out on your own. There's a driver in the car. So you and up to 3 other people, 4 people total, can get in an amphicar and literally go riding around in the water in your little convertible car.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to do, especially if you try to book it right on like the how do people call it, the golden hour, where the sun's going down.
So like a lot of pretty
pictures. You start seeing like all of the lights turning on Disney Springs, so it's a nice experience.
Also, something that we have done at Disney Springs is go to Cirque du Soleil. There's a show there called Drawn to Life that is inspired by animation and drawing. It is so cool. We do frequently say we wish they would change the Cirque du Soleil show to a different show, a different Cirque du Soleil show, just because we've already seen this one. And it's so fun to go have like a dinner and Cirque du Soleil date night there. But we just don't want to see the same show again.
I also want to say that like, it's been a couple years now since we saw that show, and I still haven't figured out how they do that pillow. Remember that pillow? It's just a random pillow on stage, and out of nowhere, it's moving.
Yeah.
It's walking, and it's
Disney
looking.
magic.
It's looking at people, but then out of nowhere, somebody else just go over there, pick up the pillow like it's a regular pillow. it's just very,
all
like
that
just
Disney
go
magic.
to go and check it out, and like somebody's gonna have to like figure out this whole pillow situation.
Yeah, let us know if you figure out the pillow. Also, there is Splitsville Luxury Lanes if you want to do some bowling. There's an AMC theater there if you want to go see a movie. So endless things to do in Disney Springs. Okay, and so the last thing that we want to mention is the boardwalk area. This is definitely a hidden gem in the Disney bubble. The vibes here are so nice. It is so relaxed. It is a long boardwalk stretch that has restaurants. There's an ice cream shop. There's the cake bake shop that's new this year. There's like a hot dog stand, I think. What's that place called? Blue Ribbon?
Blue Ribbon,
hot
yeah.
corn dogs. But it's just an awesome place to go walk around, get some snacks. We love having dinner at Trattoria El Forno over there, which is an awesome Italian spot.
Yeah, that was the best pizza that we ever had at Disney.
Yeah,
it's like so good.
And the bruschetta, something about their bruschetta is so addictive. You can also rent Surrey bikes here. So Surrey bike rental is available at a few resorts too, but you can get a Surrey bike here and ride it up and down the boardwalk. They also do the movie Under the Stars at Boardwalk Resort there. So if you were having dinner or walking around Boardwalk, you could pop over there, lay down a blanket, and enjoy a movie in the boardwalk lawn.
Yeah, so we just love going over there. You know, we do stop by sometimes without any reason to. We don't make any plans. We just go to the boardwalk. We walk around. We pop into the shops. There's always like entertainment happening on the street.
It's also so cool. Like if you've had a day at Epcot and you leave Epcot a little early, walk over to the boardwalk, and then you can sit down at a bench in the boardwalk by the water and then actually see the fireworks show happening in Epcot from the boardwalk. So that's a really nice thing to do.
Yeah, and also sometimes I feel like people forget that like the boardwalk is literally like walking distance from Epcot, and even if you have like a 1-day ticket, you can just like leave the park and like come back at the same time at the same day. So you know it's really like a very good place to take a break. You know, just like leave Epcot from like the International Gateway, walk to the boardwalk, and just like hang out over there for like an hour or two, and just like
grab a coffee.
Yeah,
sit
grab
and
like a $25 slice of cake at Cake Bake Shop.
Yeah, we have not tried the cake bake shop yet because they're like $20 pieces of cake, but I have heard incredible things. I have heard they're very good.
All right, I think that was good.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. And also, we could continue. There are so many things to do at Disney resorts or around the Disney World parks that are not going into the park. So this could have been like a 3-hour episode, but we'll cut it here to save you any more time.
Yeah, that was literally like just an overview. You know, there's like so many other details in on all of these other topics that we spoke that we could have got into it. But, you know, it's just like we just have like so much time over here on this episode.
And I mean, one of my biggest pieces of advice to people if they are taking a trip to Disney is that you have to work in rest days in your trip. You cannot, if you're doing a week in Disney World, you cannot do 7 days in the parks and go, or you'll collapse at the end of it. So it's really good to work in a rest day at some point in your trip and then incorporate some of this stuff. So a rest day doesn't have to mean just staying at your resort and sitting by the pool all day, although that's fine too. But, you know, work in a few of these things, do a little bit of a monorail crawl and visit some lounges or, you know, walk around the boardwalk for a couple hours or Disney Springs. So yeah, it's a great way to have a rest day during your trip and still keep it entertaining.
All right, so I think that was it.
And please remember, if you would like to plan a trip to Disney World or like to plan out all these rest days and a big trip, you can reach out to me at Vanessa@fantasticalvacations.com. I would love to help you.
You can also go on her Instagram. What is your Instagram handle?
It's vanessa.makes.magic.
So on her Instagram bio, you're going to find a link where you're going to have like a quote request form that you just fill it up. She's going to like get back to you as soon as she can.
I'll be back to you within 48 hours.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed this episode, follow us on your listening platform, either Spotify, Apple, Amazon, whatever you listen us at. Leave us a review, 5-star ones if possible. If it's less than 5 stars, don't leave us a review. That helps us a lot. Share it with your family, friends, everybody.
We will be back next week with a pretty epic episode all about our trip to Epic Universe. So when you're listening to this, we're actually in Orlando. And so next week we'll be unpacking that trip and talking all about our favorite things.
Yeah, we are very excited to go to Epic and like see everything for the first time. And we are definitely going to share everything with everybody next week.
All right, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much for listening.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.